Thanks for staying with us. We'll be starting the newspaper review with The Nation. Major headline, federal government, governors slowing down work on state's police. Governors give conditions on new minimum wage. Ability to pay is important. APC directs members to withdraw court cases in 7 days. Ibadan mourns Oba Balogun as Makinde Ladoja visits family. I won't seek ticket to run for Ondo governor, says Jegede. Labour Party NLC squabble deepens. No backing down until killers of Army 17 are arrested, vows GOC. Bua gets tax credit contract on 60-kilometer Benin-Lokoja road. What stories do we have in The Nation? Who's going?
Okay, so on the governors give conditions on minimum wage. Governors listed key conditions that the National Minimum Wage Committee should consider before prepping the report on the new wage proposal. So the new wage proposal must be data-driven and must be evidence-based, and it must put into consideration the new realities of the situation in the country and put all of that in order so that they'll be able to draw out deduced laws and rules and regulations and obligations that everyone should follow if they're going to take part in this exercise.
Yeah. So I took a bit of that story, and the Nigerian Labour Congress said that the new minimum wage for Nigerian workers will begin in April.
Okay.
April this year. They have the tripartite committee on the national minimum wage, and they are meeting on the 27th, that's Wednesday and Thursday, to submit the deliberation from the different zones. So what they did was to, have like a public hearing and, gather data from different zones, and they're going to have to collate everything before they now make their final presentations. And they said, they've, said different amounts according to the different states and the different zones. I want to get the figures here that they're asking for. So the Southwest are asking for 794,000 naira as minimum wage. That's with the NLC. TUC members are saying 447,000 naira. At the North Central Zone here in Abuja, the workers are demanding 709,000 naira as the new national minimum wage. In the South, they are saying their own is 850,000 naira. Northwest, they are demanding 485,000 naira, while in the Southeast, stakeholders are demanding 540,000 naira minimum wage. So there's this disparity on the amount and the figures that they want to collect as minimum wage. But however, like you said, the government is saying we must make sure that the states have the capacity to pay and all of that. Yeah.
I also have an update on the killings of the death of the military officers that happened in Okoma. So we have the Nigerian Army yesterday. They have vowed that they would not rest until those who killed their officers and 13 men were arrested, and the weapons that were stolen from the deceased were retrieved. And they said they will remain in the creeks of Okwama until they're able to do that. It says troops will not rest until all those involved are tracked down to account for their deeds. The troops will continue to be in the creeks until these objectives are achieved. The governor also, as well, reiterating the fact that he's called traditional leaders and he's speaking to them about making sure that if they have any information that, they should come forward with it. And he said that, again, no innocent lives or innocent persons will be victimized except if there's certainty that they have been involved or complicit in what has happened. Yeah. And, they are also youths, they're coming together and talking to each other about this, sending their condolences also to the military. And everyone, just wants this to be investigated properly and the perpetrators found and punished.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have the major headline in The Nation. The Vice President, while sitting as chair of the National Economic Council meeting yesterday, I'm not saying he rated the governors. He just said that the governors were the ones delaying state policing. So he said, according to the story, himself and the president or the executive has, taken the option of state policing as a solution to the insecurity, that the country is dealing with right now. And he says that what's right now before him, only 16 of all the state governors have submitted their proposal for what they would like the state policing or the alternatives to how their positive response to the state policing. So 20 other governors have refused to submit their own, and he has asked them that, you know, they have until the next NEC meeting, which he chairs, to submit their reports. And also the chairman of the Governors Forum, the governor of Kwara State, reiterated their commitment to this policing agenda, which is state policing. And he said that they believe that state policing was capable of correcting all the existing fundamental laws in the insecurity framework, also begging the other 20 state governors to drop their responses towards this.
Okay, let's move on now to the Punch. Major headline: 16 governors back state police, submit reports to federal government. Federal government awaits 20 state reports, says NEC. Presidency source insists all governors want state police. Incorporate state police into constitutional amendments, governors tell National Assembly. NLC wants minimum wage April. Government wants against bloated demand. State owes federal government 1.7 trillion budget loans. Naira appreciates to 1,382 to a dollar. Presidency cautions speculators. Delta bloodbath. State wants monarchs against shielding suspects. Smoke out illegal miners. Federal government tells 2,200 new mining marshals. Scores killed as bandits sacked 9 Benue communities. Commuters fear gridlock as construction resumes Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Foreign trips. Federal government may save over 5 billion naira quarterly. What stories do we have in the Punch?
Our bandits have descended on about 9 communities in Apa local government area of Benue State. They said they've been killing and setting houses on fire. The report says it gathered that the communities have also deserted, have been deserted as the residents who survived the attacks, fled these communities. They said some locals have given the casualty figure as 25, but they have a lawmaker, Abu Umar, representing the area at the State Assembly. He says he's lost count of the casualties. According to him, he says 95% of the communities in the local government have become desolate following constant attacks. He says the community has been displaced. The entire Opaha, where I come from, nobody is in that community. Odugbo, no one is there. Akwete, Ikobi, Akpata, Idiaha, Ochumeku, Adiga, nobody is in those communities. Every day there will be burning of houses. As I speak to you, 3 consecutive days they have been going to Akwete and burning houses after chasing them out of their ancestral homes. I mean, you know, to hear that communities are being attacked like consecutive days, back to back.
Wow.
So, you know, you've left the communities empty. It's serious and happening within our country.
Yeah.
Just
Let's take one more
or the other
story
happening.
before we go on a break.
Okay, let me quickly take the CBN story. So yesterday, the CBN governor was trending on X, and this is because, you know, dollar and naira dance that they usually dance, we're dancing better these days. He says that, according to this report, the CBN has projected that the country's external reserve will increase from 34.98 billion to over 35 billion by the end of March. And the deputy governor in charge of economic policy, Mohammed Sani Abdullahi, was the one making the projections. And he said that with this FX reserve, we could finance 10 months of imports of goods only and about 7 months of goods and services with that amount. He also, so this is a slight growth within the same month. So we had been on 34.98 and we're looking at getting fully to 35. So steadily, according to the report, there's been growth. So in the previous month, we were at 33 point something billion. And so we continue to grow like that. He said this record will show an amount of 8.46 trillion from a total external trade of 18.8 trillion, which is continuous growth. So they kept repeating all the growth that we have had, but this just shows that the CBN is on top of this dollar issue.
Yeah, it is.
With all the dollar backlog cleared fully now.
Not all.
Yes, almost all.
Almost all. Yeah, no. The airlines are complaining now.
No.
They came out to make a statement.
They've cleared them over and over. I thought with this announcement, clearing
the last
completely.
yesterday, so they
came
were
out. Yes, they said they are still owing them about 29 billion. Yes. Billion
So
dollars.
I hope
But that's like a drop from the initial amount. Yes.
Yes, initially.
At least we are getting there.
Yeah, we're
Slow
getting
and
there.
steady.
Gradually.
When they finish
Win the race.
sweeping that out of the way, do not have that. I hope that our quest for, sourcing dollar for some things that we consider personal.
Arguing for the CBN, they said they had cleared all the valid
ones. Yes.
valid ones. So these ones that they are complaining that they still owe them 29.
Some are more
maybe,
valid than others.
maybe they have some issues. Let's take a short break now. When we come back, the newspaper reviews continue. Stay with us.